Picture a small farm in rural Ghana where the landscape is dotted with simple homes and fields stretching to the horizon. Here, Amma, a mother of 3, works her field with a hand hoe, just as generations before her did, under the same sun and on the same soil as her ancestors. She grows maize, cassava, and vegetables, not for export or profit, but to feed her family and ensure her children have enough to eat each day. This scene is repeated across Africa, where millions of families still rely on traditional farming methods, passing down knowledge and tools through generations. Despite the rise of modern cities and the spread of technology, rural life remains deeply tied to the land, with progress often feeling distant or out of reach. Why, in an age of rapid innovation and global change, do so many farmers still use basic tools and grow just enough to survive year after year? The answer is complex, rooted in a web of history, economics, and culture that shapes daily life and choices. Amma's farm reflects limited opportunities, tough infrastructure, and traditions that have shaped agriculture for generations, making change slow and difficult. To truly understand this, we must look beyond the field and explore the bigger picture, one that includes government policy, access to markets, and education. Let's journey into the world of subsistence farming and discover the daily challenges, hopes, and resilience of these farmers. Subsistence farming is a way of life where families grow food mainly to feed themselves, not to make money. The focus is on providing daily meals and meeting basic needs, rather than selling crops for profit or entering big markets. If there's a little extra harvest, families might sell the surplus at a local market, but the main goal is always survival and making sure everyone has enough to eat. Unlike commercial farmers who focus on profit and large-scale production, subsistence farmers plant just enough to feed their families. They rely on simple tools, hard work, and hope for good rains to ensure a successful harvest. Across Africa, subsistence farming takes many forms. Some families raise cows and grow maize, while others focus on yams, cassava, or a mix of crops suited to their land and climate. Many farmers use intercropping, planting different crops together in the same field. This helps protect the soil, makes the most of limited space, and reduces the risk of losing everything to pests or drought. This system is built on generations of knowledge, tradition, and necessity, passed down from elders to the young, ensuring survival in changing times. Subsistence farmers know their land intimately, understanding the soil, the weather, and the needs of their crops. Their focus is on feeding their families, not on global markets or export. Their world is shaped by self-sufficiency, resilience, and a deep connection to the land they work every day. Every season, their hard work and determination are a direct line to their family's survival, making subsistence farming both a challenge and a source of pride. Poverty is a major reason subsistence farming persists across much of rural Africa. For many families, farming is not just a way of life, but a necessity for survival. They grow just enough to feed themselves, with little left over to sell or save. Most families can't afford better seeds, fertilizers, or machinery, trapped in a cycle of low investment and low returns. The lack of resources means they must rely on basic tools and outdated techniques, making it difficult to increase productivity or improve their harvests. Poor roads and limited transportation make it hard to sell surplus crops. Produce often spoils before reaching markets, reducing any chance of earning extra income. This isolation keeps farmers disconnected from buyers and new opportunities. Traditional land ownership, where land is held by families or communities, limits long-term investment and access to loans. Without clear titles, banks are reluctant to lend, and farmers can't risk planting crops that take years to mature. Without secure land rights, farmers hesitate to plant long-term crops or improve their land, fearing they could lose it at any time. This uncertainty discourages innovation and investment in better farming practices. Access to modern farming knowledge is limited. Most rely on traditional methods passed down through generations. Training and information about new techniques rarely reach remote villages, leaving farmers with few options for change. New challenges like climate change and crop diseases make it even harder to break the cycle. Unpredictable weather and new pests threaten already fragile harvests, putting families at even greater risk. Without outside support, change is slow and difficult. For many, the struggle to survive leaves little room for hope or progress, and the cycle of subsistence farming continues from one generation to the next. Subsistence farming isn't just struggle, it's also community and culture. Families work together, sharing labor and supporting each other during planting and harvest. This communal approach builds strong social bonds and acts as a safety net. Subsistence farms preserve traditional seeds and biodiversity, making food systems more resilient. Crop diversity means if one fails, others can still provide food. But the risks are real. Drought, pests, or floods can wipe out a year's food supply. With little cash income, families can't easily buy food, pay for school, or access health care. This cycle of vulnerability and poverty is hard to escape. Subsistence farming sustains families, but rarely leads to lasting prosperity. The goal isn't to abandon small farms, but to transform them. Empowering farmers with affordable tools, better seeds, and small-scale technology can boost yields and income. Simple solutions like irrigation pumps or improved seeds make a big difference. Education is key. Agricultural training and mobile phone tips help farmers adapt and thrive. Better roads and farmer cooperatives open access to bigger markets and fairer prices. Working together, farmers can sell more, earn more, and invest in their futures. With the right support, subsistence farmers can move from survival to security. Their resilience and hard work can build a more prosperous, food-secure Africa. The future of farming lies in empowerment, innovation, and community.